Hello, and welcome to this lesson on writing an informative paper. Some of you are already asking or confused about why this is called an informative argument. I'd like to explain to you that an argument isn't actually like an argue where you're arguing with somebody or a debate. An argument is where you are providing evidence with facts and research to create a argument for your point. So even though this is an informative paper, it's still considered an argument because you are providing several important reasons why what you are saying is true, and you're going to be supporting that with evidence from your research. Informative papers are reflected with a single main topic and then several reasons to back that up. We stay away from an emotional appeal here, but we remain fair and balanced. In this assignment, we're going to write an informative paper based on your personality traits from the Myers-Briggs personality test. So you can see here that the very first thing you're going to do is you're going to go to the website and you're going to take the Myers-Briggs. There are 73 questions that will ask you all kinds of things, and you're simply going to answer them honestly, yes or no. When you finish with the test, the Myers-Briggs is going to provide you with your personality results. There is no right or wrong answer here, and hopefully what you're going to find is that it kind of hits the nail on the head and that your personality is pretty much what they are telling you. After you get those results, you're going to go to the box marked U and click to view, and it's going to explain what your results mean. You're going to read through these and take notes on the 4 categories and what they mean for your personality. Now, you might want to print out these results because once you leave the Myers-Briggs website, everything will disappear and you will not have any access to your results again without retaking the test. You could just take notes from the screen, but caution that once you leave, you will not be able to get back to your results. After you've done this step, you're going to write the first draft of your paper. The reason we're going to do it this way is I want you to write the draft of the paper based on the information from your personality results and not have it be biased by the research of someone else. You're going to use the research to support what you think you have discovered from the results of your personality test. And this is the biggest mistake when students do informative writing. They tend to write what they research, and basically what you end up doing is spitting back out or regurgitating someone else's ideas rather than using the research to support your own learning or your own ideas. So the purpose of writing an informative argument is to develop your own ideas and then allow that to be supported through research. So you're going to write your first draft with just this information. Now, it's also important to point out that that assignment that we did before, the MLA academic format, is also now a requirement of all the writings you're going to do from here until the end of the semester. So when you turn in your first draft, make sure you go back to the rubric for the MLA academic paper and go through the checklist. Make sure that everything is correct from that checklist. And another thing I want to point out to you here is that all academic writing is written in third person. That's going to be a very difficult thing to do with this assignment simply because you're writing about yourself. So the very first thing you're going to want to do is write it in first person. Now that's okay to just get your draft down on paper. As a matter of fact, it might actually even be easier to write it in first person. But before you submit your rough draft or your first draft for feedback from me, you need to go through and change all that first person narrative into a third person statement. After I give you or provide feedback for your paper, you are going to then develop a strong thesis statement, and here is some examples of a good thesis. And then you're also going to review the information and the feedback that I provided you on your paper. Make sure you pay close attention to the information that is explained in the body of your paper. Make sure you don't summarize your ideas, and make sure you explain the so what of your information in your conclusion. After you've submitted your draft, you can start going to these websites and start researching the personality types, and I've provided some resources for you. These resources will help you find the evidence now to support the assertions that you made in your first draft. Make sure you take notes and record where the direct quotes are coming from, because you will have to do correct parenthetical citations and you will have to provide a bibliography at the end of your paper when you are finished. So link here to Oregon Library System to help you with creating citations, or you can use EasyBib, which is another great resource for creating citations and bibliographies in correct MLA format. Remember, after you've reviewed all the comments, you've checked all your formatting issues, you've also looked for any mechanical errors, you've revised your paper, you've edited it, and you've added all of your researched quotes to support your claims. You're then going to go through your paper, and with your highlighting tool, you're going to highlight in yellow any changes that you made from your first draft. This will include any new information that you've added or quotes that you've added to your draft to support your argument. That's when you will submit your paper to the final copy assignment link, and you will also submit it to the safe assignment link. Remember, we're going for 80% of your own thinking, 20% of research to support your quotes. Couple things to note. I can be available to help you by answering questions, or we can even schedule a writing conference if you'd like to go through your paper if you're struggling or need some help. But I need you to remember that when you come down during your class time, I am teaching another class. So you need to come down during seminar, or usually I'm there after school. If you have any questions, make sure you find me, and hopefully this screencast will help you better understand the process for writing this paper.